Imagine waking up one day and realizing that everything you own, your savings, your house, even your freedom, is nothing more than a string of numbers inside a digital system. No coins, no paper, no tangible proof of value. Just digits glowing on a screen. For most people, that day has already come. We live in a world where money no longer jingles in our pockets. It flows silently through invisible networks, across satellites and data centers from one account to another. But while the world celebrates this as progress, fast, efficient, modern, few stop to ask the deeper question: who really controls the numbers? It wasn't always like this. Centuries ago, money had weight, texture, and presence. It was gold, silver, or copper, something you could hold and trade, something that existed in your hands. It had universal trust because it was real. Then came paper money, a revolutionary idea. Governments promised that each note represented a certain amount of gold stored safely somewhere. And for a while, people believed it. But in 1971, that illusion shattered. The US dollar was officially detached from gold, and with it, the world entered a new era, the age of fiat currency. Money was no longer backed by anything real. It was backed by trust, by belief, by government decree. And that's where the story of digital slavery begins. No? When money lost its physical foundation, it became an idea, a symbol of value rather than value itself. From that moment on, whoever controlled the symbols controlled everything. Fast forward to the 21st century, banks are no longer vaults full of coins and notes. They're servers full of data. Central banks no longer print paper. They create money with a keystroke. Trillions of dollars appear and disappear in seconds, reshaping economies with nothing more than code. But here's the dark side. While money became more convenient, it also became more controllable. Every digital transaction leaves a footprint. Every purchase, every transfer, every online payment is recorded, tracked, and analyzed. The walls are closing in, and most people don't even notice. Think about it. When you pay with cash, there's no trail. No one knows who you paid or what you bought. But when you tap your phone or card, your behavior becomes part of a massive database owned by corporations and governments. You are not just spending money, you are producing data. And in today's world, data is money. Tech giants harvest it, banks analyze it, and governments weaponize it. They know what you like, where you travel, who you send money to, and how much you spend. They can predict your habits better than you can. This is not freedom. This is digital slavery, hidden behind the illusion of convenience. Now imagine a future where cash no longer exists. Central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs, are already being tested around the world. They promise safety, efficiency, and traceability. But traceability can easily become surveillance. With CBDCs, every transaction will be under state control. Governments could, in theory, block purchases, freeze accounts, or even expire money to force you to spend it. That's not a conspiracy. It's already being discussed openly by policymakers. A programmable digital currency means that money can be designed to behave. It can be restricted by geography, limited by time, or conditioned by social behavior. Imagine being unable to buy certain items because your carbon footprint is too high, or having your account paused because you shared a post deemed misinformation. That's not freedom, it's algorithmic control disguised as economic innovation. The irony is that most people welcome this system because it feels convenient. They tap their phones, link their digital wallets, and enjoy one-click payments. They trust banks, apps, and systems because they're easy to use. But with every tap, they hand over a little more power. They no longer own their money. It exists only with permission. If your bank decides to freeze your account, what can you do? If your payment app shuts you out, how do you survive? If a central authority decides you violated some policy, how quickly can they erase your financial existence? In the old days, you could hide your gold, bury your cash, or trade directly. Today, you can't even buy bread without the system knowing. We have traded independence for comfort, and most don't even realize what they have lost. Look at history. Every empire that controlled its citizens' economy controlled their lives. In ancient Rome, emperors debased coins to manipulate value. In the 20th century, inflation silently stole people's savings. Today, control comes not from soldiers or taxes, but from data and digits. Your paycheck is deposited digitally. Your bills are paid automatically. Your savings are stored in systems you don't control. If the grid goes down, your money vanishes with it. We have created a world where value exists only as long as the power stays on. The system tells us this is progress. That digital finance is the future. And yes, it is efficient, global, instant. But progress without freedom is just a more elegant form of control. You see, digital money is not just about convenience, it's about centralization. Every nation, every major corporation, every financial institution is racing to dominate this new form of money because whoever controls it controls civilization. They don't need to take your land or your labor, they only need to manage your access. You don't have to chain a person if you can control their wallet. But not everything is lost. In the shadows of this digital empire, new systems are emerging: cryptocurrencies, decentralized finance, blockchain networks. They promise transparency, freedom, and independence from central control. Yet even they are being absorbed, regulated, and reshaped by the same powers that once controlled the banks. Governments are tightening the net, ensuring that even crypto becomes traceable, taxable, and compliant. The idea of true financial freedom, money that belongs only to you, is becoming rarer every day. So where does this end? Maybe one day we'll look back and realize that we weren't just working for money. We were working for the system that creates it. Our time, our energy, our data, all converted into numbers controlled by someone else. Digital slavery isn't built with chains. It's built with convenience, comfort, and compliance. You don't even feel it happening. You just stop questioning. Your wallet becomes your ID. Your spending becomes your score. Your score becomes your permission. And when you finally realize how deep the control runs, it's already too late. But awareness is the first step. We need to remember what money was meant to represent. Freedom, exchange, value earned through effort, not a tool of manipulation. We need systems that empower individuals, not surveil them. We need to own our wealth, not borrow it from algorithms. Because if we don't take back control, we may wake up one day in a world where freedom costs too much, and only the system can afford it. When money became just numbers, we thought we gained progress. But what we really lost was ownership of our lives. And maybe, someday in the future, historians will look back at this era and call it what it truly was. The age when humanity sold its freedom for convenience and called it evolution.